As confusion continues to play a large part of life on earth at this time, the most important guidance we can give is that you not slip into doubt and fear based on outer appearances. A divine plan is unfolding, one that will not and cannot be stopped, interfered with, or adjusted to suit concepts of how it should look or unfold. What you are witnessing at this time is only the beginning first steps that are necessary for a world in which the majority remains aligned with the past and old energy. The events and actions taking place at this time are catalysts, serving to push increasingly more people into thinking for themselves, taking a hard look at what they have always accepted without question, and pushing them toward personal empowerment, which for most has lain dormant in submission to others. Throughout lifetimes, humans have been told what was best for them, what was right and wrong, and the dire consequences of ignoring it. The majority believed then and continue to believe now that they are not capable of figuring these things out for themselves. Over time this belief has become firmly established in Earth's collective consciousness, and today many always look to religious leaders, politicians, and experts of every field to tell them what to do, how to live, and what is right and wrong. Know that the activities of change that are taking place at this time are temporary and represent only the first steps of much that is to come. You cannot fathom all that is coming because you have no reference point. Let go of any three-dimensional concepts you may hold about the ascension process and understand that present times are serving to push the unawakened majority into thinking for themselves and question the old game of follow the leader. Those attempting change from old energy based in the way things have always been done will not be the ones implementing the real changes that are coming, simply because states of consciousness that function from a three-dimensional level will not and cannot align with the higher frequencies coming to the ascending earth. Your job as spiritually evolved individuals is to trust, actually really trust, that a divine plan is unfolding and bringing with it much more than present appearances would have you believe. Allow the process, for it must be a process. Rather than focusing on the plethora of information being pushed at you from every direction, silently and secretly rest always in one power, presence, and reality, and know that by doing this you are adding light to the collective, which is what you came to do. Earth is an idea in divine mind, a God creation just as spiritual and perfect as every expression of divine consciousness. The earth of God's creating is not subject to beliefs of duality, separation, and two powers, but the earth of man's creating is, resulting in its having been misused, abused, and almost destroyed by human egos functioning from a consciousness of ignorance and separation. You are the earth, you are every animal, you are the trees, flowers, grasses, water, air, and earth, and thus what is done to these spiritual expressions, is done to all, for there is only one spiritual evolution eventually brings every person to a point at which they must begin to live the truth they know, recognizing self and all others as being God individualized. Those who are spiritually evolved but choose to continue living fully from duality, separation, and two powers simply because it is familiar and allows them to fit in will often at some point get a wake-up call, which is usually some unpleasant event or experience meant to bring the person back to center. Some of you may be guided to become involved in outer activities, bringing light to places of turmoil, while others of you will be guided simply to stay quiet and hold light for the world as you go about your day. Trust your intuition and not the opinions of others as to which is right for you. Whatever the circumstances you may find yourself in at this time, never forget that you are a divine being in Earth's lower resonance at this time to learn, clear old energy, spiritually expand, and shift to a higher state of consciousness, while at the same time helping Earth and others to do the same. The Earth is not and never has been an illusion, rather it is mankind's concepts about the Earth that constitute illusion. The absolute truth about you and everyone else is that you are God or divine consciousness individualized. Long ago the master teacher Jesus said, "I and the Father are one," but most at that time, and even now, thought this meant only Jesus was one with God. He, as well as many other evolved spiritual teachers, have for a very long time been trying to tell humans that I is the name of God, the soul and true identity of every person. You are living in powerful times for Earth and all upon her, have been on her, and those to come. These times have been predicted, written about, and awaited for thousands of years, and are finally here. It has begun. Trust and allow the process. We are the Arcturian group.